Hello everyone, my name is David. It's beautiful to see everyone once again. I'm here to talk to us on a very important subject from the stable of Teaching and Counseling Department of Applied Praise Ministry International. Applied Praise Ministry International Teaching and Counseling Department. Our mission is to remarkably impact the church worker and membership through our counseling initiatives, enabling them to rightly divide the word of truth in any personal, spiritual, doctrinal, social, and career matters that may confront them from time to time. The topic we're going to be taking today says identifying trending career opportunities and in tech. In tech. And I'm going to start this with technology has presented itself through multimedia, social media, artificial intelligence, e-commerce. Every invention has its pros and cons. Rather than condemn an invention, let's look at the positivity and let's overweigh its benefits above the risk. Technology is an integral part of human existence in today's globalized world, and it's a viable option with less risk and attractive growth possibilities. A lot of people are now transitioning to tech career path due to its viability, sustainability, job security, relevance. Gone are the days television and internet used to be devil's tool. They are also evangelical tools now. Back then we used to believe that anybody that watched TV was watching the devil's box, but we can see that even some denominations that have this church doctrine that it was very bad for them to watch TV. They're now on cable televisions. They are now on satellite TV. They are now on internet because they've been able to see over time that it has more to offer. And as I said, technology has become integral part of us, which is going to continue. It's not going to stop anytime soon. I don't even think it's going to stop before the world. It's probably going to end with the world, because even when the Antichrist comes, technology is going to be one of the tools that Antichrist will use. For people that do not go to rapture, I'm very sorry for them. Even if you go to Ikiti or a particular environment that you can't find on map, technology is one of the tools that Antichrist will use to find everybody. No one will be able to hide. In terms of job security, many people are moving into tech, into IT, because that's one of the the career paths that is likely to give you your job for a very long time. Like, it may get to a particular point whereby we're not going to need a lot of accountants again. We're not going to need a lot of chefs again, because computer is going to take over most of all these things. And that was why I mentioned artificial intelligence, robots, which we're going to look into very soon. So these are the things that technology is introducing to us to get people out of their job, as many people as possible. But that does not mean that we should be scared that everybody's going to lose our job. But if you want to stay relevant, then you should start thinking of, if tech can do something, if just a line of code will be able to do certain things, and I will no longer be needed, then let me think of how I'm going to be needed. The next slide says, everyone is adjusting to tech, but they think they can't transition. And this is a very factual statement. My parents have no option than to communicate with me on WhatsApp. Back then, my parents used to think social media stuff, it's just waste of time. And as much as I introduced WhatsApp to them, they were not interested at all. But now they have no option than to communicate with me, because nobody is ready to make home callings every time. So you need to look for cheaper ways to communicate and more effective ways. They wanted to see me, even they want to roam. It will be difficult for them to call me using career network, and we will be able to see ourselves. So they've been able to accept WhatsApp, whether they like it or not now, because they wanted to talk to me often and they want to see me, because distance is now a barrier. And the same way, they have been able to embrace WhatsApp, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube as a means of evangelical mechanism. So the mechanism they use for teaching, preaching, broadcasting, they've been able to find out that over time, it is easier to reach more people. You can easily reach all the contacts in your phone by sending a broadcast about Jesus Christ on WhatsApp. And I think I said it, if you could not use WhatsApp before, and you can now mildly use it. You can use it to send broadcasts, to upload status, and to check other people's status. Then you're already adjusting to tech. Now, that should suggest to you that you can easily transition to tech. And the transitioning comes in different parts. You can transition fully, like you want to make it your career path, and you can transition mildly. That is, you don't want to go fully into media, into technology, but you want to use the mechanism of technology to actually drive some of the things you do, which could be even your business, which could be your ministry, or just to make you personally inclined in the part of IT. So fortunately, most career paths for tech do not really require formal education. Again, that is, you don't really need to go back to school. All you just need is a little training and certification. That's why bankers, farmers, tailors, and everyone with formal education are moving into tech now. At least in this western part of the world where I am, most people, when they get here or before they get here, they start taking some courses on like business, administration, data analysis, and they keep adjusting to this. And you find out that most of the people even going into data analysis and the likes, they are people that do not really have any tech background. So which means if they can, you can. As long as you have your basic education, you have secondary school, education, post-secondary school knowledge. The beautiful thing about tech is that you don't need to go back to school all over again and say you want to study computer science. Most of all these light technology courses, all you just need to do is little training and certification, and it gets you there. Simple. And that is how technology has made it simple for us to be able to, migrate or transition into technology. So with this, you should start seeing that you can easily move in technology. We need to, because if you don't catch up with technology, technology is going to keep leaving you behind. Now let us look at the potential blessings and threats of tech. Last year, the World Economy Forum released a report estimating that by 2025, 85 million jobs may be displaced by shift in labor division between human and machines. So, which means that gradually, about 85 million jobs would be replaced by machines, between machines and human. And mind you, it actually means some people would need to leave what they're doing currently, because what they're doing, a machine will do better. A machine will do better, will do it faster. So, and with the inflation going around the world, every employer, don't let me lie to you, most of them, they borrow money and they want to spend less. They want to produce more. Fatigue will always come into human, but machines may not be that, they don't get tired that easily, unless the battery runs down, unless there's a problem, there's a bug in the line of code that is driving them. So as a result of that, about 85 million jobs will be displaced between man and human. But don't just panic yet. That does not mean that everybody's going to lose their job. The same report predicts that 97 million jobs will also be provided. Now, how does this come into play? It means that if machines will take over most of our jobs, somebody needs to control the machine. Not that you will be taking the machine around. Machines are AI driven. They are driven by artificial intelligence, which is a line of code that learns what a human being can do. Now, somebody needs to write that code. Somebody needs to go through the bugs. Somebody needs to ensure that those codes are correct. So which means somebody is still needed to build the robot, the hardware part of it. Somebody is still needed to make the software parts function. So if people will be losing their jobs, then you should start thinking of moving to a very sustainable career path before it gets to you. Already in tech, flow with trends. Like this, if you're already in tech, you may need to upgrade. I remember when I was still in Nigeria, I used to be a hardware person, and when I got to this part of the world, I realized that it is not like that. When I was in Nigeria, I was always going to Computer Village to buy, when your system is bad, when your RAM is bad, when your keyboard is bad, you go to Computer Village to buy and replace those parts. Nobody has the time for all those things here. So if anything is wrong with your computer, what we do here is we replace it completely. Nobody has the time to go to Computer Village and start buying RAM, to start buying mouse, or let me say to start buying what do we call it, hard drive. Most of the time, there are complaints when you buy from where there's, even before something is wrong with your device, they are ready to replace it for you because there's always an upgrade. They wanted to bring it back and add a little amount of money to just upgrade. So I now realized, okay, if I want to bring Computer Village Ikeja Star here, I won't be relevant. So I had to look at what is involved. Right now, I'm studying cloud. AWS architecture is the certification I just got. Now, presently, I'm doing DevOps, which is development operation, which has to do with a little scripting and related to cloud. So cloud, I'm now using a little of Linux for command because I've been able to see that, it is codes. It is zeros and one, which we call binaries, that change everything that we see around us. How it happens is mysterious, but I just know, just write the code, and it does so many amazing things. So if you're ready into tech, you need to start thinking about what do you think you're doing now that may not be relevant, that will become obsolete in a few months, in a few years, and that start telling you to go into something that will give you job security. Very soon, hardware won't be a thing because replacement will take over repair. It will be restricted to every role with employment cap. That is, it's either we are not taking hardware people again, or we're just taking little amount of people, because we don't really need people to start repairing our computer. Nobody's going to open your motherboard and start removing chips. Nobody has the time again. All those things they do in Computer Village, especially if you have the mindset of traveling out the world, going to the western part of the world and become irrelevant as a person. So for example, the safest place to keep your things is close to God. God is the only person that can keep your things safe. I'm just joking. That's just on a light mode. But I'm just trying to talk about keeping things in the cloud. Most of the things we keep now, we keep are now stored in the cloud. People don't really keep things in the hard drive any longer. I'm not saying it's not working like that, but for example, in developed part of the world, most of backups are done into the cloud. Even real-time data are being kept in the cloud. And so now, if you think you want to be doing local backup, you want to be storing your things in hard drive, at a point you won't be needed any longer. So that's why you need to start thinking, if things are now going into the cloud close to God, I think I also need to be close to God. I also need to be a cloud engineer, things like that. I'm just giving you an example of what you might think of going into as someone who is already in tech. Maybe someone like me, what you can do is just to remove mouse or just to remove keyboard. You might be thinking of going to something a bit deeper that will be needed, that will be viable. We are now having virtual servers that do not require physical machines, like AWS, Amazon Web Service, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud. These are cloud services that you may not even need a physical machine to act as your server any longer, because even your server is virtual in the cloud. So if you don't have a real physical device to work with, and that's all what you know, that's all what you can repair. You have a shop in Computer Village. I'm not saying you should not have a shop in Computer Village. I'm just saying at a point in time, you won't be having a very high recognition again. Your customer base may start reducing from 1,000 to 100 to 50. And before you know it, will be as if you're even paying more than you're earning. And lastly, robots and AI are cheaper to maintain and more efficient in delivery. I think I said that already. In this advent of robotics and artificial intelligence, that is where everyone is going. Amazon is moving towards that. That is about 70 to 85% of what workers are doing will now be handled by machine. And somebody will say, can they do everything? They may not be able to do everything, but they can do most of the things, and they will do it better than human. What you will do, if you're able to do 100 things in 1 hour, a machine will be able to do 1,000 things in less than 20 minutes, and which is very, very cost effective for the owner. You don't need to pay a monthly salary to a robot. You just need occasional maintenance, and they can work for like 6 months without you need to even check anything if nothing is wrong. So why wouldn't I want to, deploy machines? For example, this is a robot, a bag that you don't need to even touch. It keeps going ahead, going with you. You can see this is another robot that is cleaning. This is a robot that will be cooking for you. This is a robot that will be your personal assistant at home. So which means that there are a lot of things that a robot will do and you will pay less. For example, if I have this kind of robot that a robot briefcase that needs to work on its own, I don't need to worry about every load. I don't need Alabaru. I don't need to pay somebody to do that for me. If I have a robot that can clean every part of the home, I don't need to get somebody to come and clean my house. So if you think, oh, I'm very good at cleaning the house, very soon you won't be needed any longer, because there are robots that will do more than you, will clean more than you. We all know that there's washing machine. There are robots that can fold your bed, they can fold your clothes, they will wash your clothes for you, they will do your laundry, dry it, and at the same time spread it out for you than human being. There are robots that can cook. If you think, oh, all you want to be is a good wife material, they can cook. There are machines that will cook for you. All they need to do is to just learn. You just teach it how to learn. You can see this picture. It is recording everything you are doing. It's recording every process, and sensors will grab all those information, and the machine will be able to do everything again. So we can see that it will get a particular point in our life whereby we will not be needed for certain things. Machines will start doing everything. Is it going to be in our own dispensation? I don't know. If it's going to be 50 years time, 100 years time, but I know that as if Jesus Christ doesn't come on time, all these things will come to play, because machines will take over everything. Let me just give you another example of AI. Let me share the screen with us. Many of us are conversant with Chat GPT or OpenAI or a lot of artificial intelligence sites, applications, whereby you can tell them to do anything. For example, let me ask, this is just a neutral page, and I'm not going to type, I'll just ask, let me reset and say, how can I be saved? So I've asked this interface this question, how can I be saved? It was able to pick my voice, and it typed it out, and now it's going to tell me how I can be saved. It's giving me a lot of information. That is, to answer these questions, it's important to understand the context of what salvation means. It's even telling me about Christianity. It's telling me I need to read Bible. It's even referring me back to the Bible passages I can read. It's telling me about John 3:16, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 and 9, Acts chapter 4, verse 2. It's telling me the Bible passages I can do, which even means that if we are not doing the work of evangelism as human beings, AI will do it for us. So which means that, let's say, I know that God needs to us, but it's just to give us a little background that artificial intelligence or robots can do almost everything that human beings can do. And if they start doing it, people who are into business will actually prefer to use all these devices, because it's going to cost less and it's going to be more efficient. So everybody will know about ChatGPT. I can ask ChatGPT to write me a tech resume, and it's going to do that for me. A lot of questions that you can ask, and it's going to keep giving you. You see, it's even writing the date for me, giving me the address, giving me the point. I asked, how can I write a tech resume? People are using even ChatGPT to write code. So which means almost everything. Can you see now? It has given me, can you see, it's even telling me the certifications I need to have, giving me an idea, many things I can't think of. So if you think you are good at writing CV for people, before you know it, nobody will patronize you again, because ChatGPT will write a better one. So that's why we need to diversify into tech. So as somebody who is already into tech, what are the things that you might want to diversify into? Cybersecurity, because there will always be bad guys out there, and it will require your skills. We require you as a cybersecurity guy to protect your company, your company's website, your data against bad guys. And most of the time, what you do is that you try to penetrate as an intruder yourself. Once you're able to intrude, it means there's porosity in your space. So you try to keep hacking yourself, and with that, the more difficult it is for you to hack yourself, the more difficult it may be for someone outside to come and hack. So for someone who wants to go into this, the skills you might require might be scripting, control frameworks, intrusion detection, network security, control or operating system, and so on. Another thing that you might want to go into as somebody who is already into tech, but you think it's not something that will last long, is computer system analysis. And You can see what is there. Because of time, I won't be able to read. But one of these certifications you might want to have, or training you want to have, is ITIL or ITSM, which is information technology, service management, and infrastructure. You may want to go into that, because these are the things that are actually very lucrative now, and they won't die anytime soon. I gave us about this data analysis, and data analysis is the process of collecting data. You can go with those ones on the internet, but you may require skills like Power BI, SQL, a little bit of scripting. You can go online. I'm just giving you an idea of tech parts that are very relevant. DevOps, like the one I'm doing, is one of the things that WhatsApp does. For example, you know that when WhatsApp started, it was just like application for you to chat yourselves, send message to somebody, and receive message. There was no group. But now, at a point, there was a group. But that does not mean that WhatsApp will stop. There are some people working behind the background that they will be pushing this upgrade, and they will be telling you they will be pushing it into your application. Now, WhatsApp was able to only have maximum of 128 people in a group. Now, it can have more than 1,000. That is work of people in development of application. So it's something you may want to do, and you can need skills in Linux, cloud service like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and the likes. Software development is another thing that it may be difficult, but people make a whole lot of money. And that's another thing about tech. It pays people like Amroba. It pays like footballers. Especially, you can imagine you making as much as almost $1 billion every year, because you're into tech. So software development for somebody like you that is into IT. Another thing that you can go into is game development. Which could be, so you can build your games if it's so interesting. Some companies can buy them from you. Most of all this Adobe, Corel, most of the applications are not built by them. They buy from other people too. So if you can build good games, you can sell to companies, and you can even upload it on Google Play, on Play Store, and people will download. But they can play for free, but they need to watch ad. And as you are watching ad, you'll be making your own money. Software testing, system support, which is the hardware, and I've put some of the certification you may need: Counselling Plus, ITIL, CCNA, CCNP. Video editing, you may need to be able to know Adobe Suite, Corel Video Suite, Nero Suite, Canopus. There are a lot of that. Music production, these are all tech parts. Adobe Suite, Pro Tools, Steinberg, Cubase. Like the last three that I've mentioned: system support, video editing, music production. Apart from you looking for somebody to employ you, there are parts that you can also become a boss of your own. You can have a studio, you can have a shop of your own, like what all those guys in Computer Village, what they are doing. And if you're not really tech savvy and you're looking for what you can also do, you can go into graphic design. And there are a lot of applications online that can even help now. And for example, Wizard, Vivid AI, Wonder Design AI, Coma, Jasper AI, NVIDIA Canvas, a lot. And they will even help you with your creativity. All you just need to tell them this is what I want, and they build it for you. Digital marketing, you can have a lot of collaborative applications that can help you for digital marketing. For example, you have a business, but you don't have a shop. You can upload on Gigi, free of charge. And when people look for somebody that can plait hair, somebody who can do body massage, somebody who can do this, they can find you. You can upload on Jumia. Most of the things that Jumia is selling, they don't have everything. They buy from other people too. So you can collaborate with Jumia. You can upload on Gigi. You can go to Facebook Marketplace, not for you to just use Facebook to be watching feeds, to be watching about a celebrity that has just died. No, you can use that to make money. These are tech inventions, and they are profitable to people. Trade groups, like on WhatsApp, there are a lot of groups that you can create or join, whereby you can be posting your product and people can get back to you. Even for some of us that are buying some things very expensively on the Lagos Island, you can buy directly from China, buy from AliExpress, buy from Alibaba, and we sell you something you're buying at Lagos Island for 1,000 and you're selling for 1,500. You can buy on AliExpress for 400 naira, and you still come and sell at a very high rate. So, or at the same rate, and you make more gain. So these are the things you can do. You can do you can do technical writing. There are a lot of applications online too that can help you with writing, and they can help you to construct good grammars. Example of them is Grammarly. Grammarly is a very good tool. Demographic ads. you can help people to boost their products, even for somebody that's doing business, because all these companies, all these software developers too, they want to make money. Gone are the days when Facebook just came to our environment. If you post picture, 200 people will see it and they will like it. But now, if you post picture, it is even after 1 month, 200 people may not even like your post. Not because they don't want to like it, it's because they're not seeing it. And the software developers are restricted. They've already restricted, how your information is being distributed, because they want you to sponsor it with money. They also want to make money. So they intentionally make your post not to go viral unless you already have a very big or huge bank of followers online. So you need to now use money to promote. And when you're not promoting, you consider something we call demography. Demography means what are the specific targeted people that really need what I'm posting. So you use things like age. What are the age range of people that need my product? What are the gender of people that need my product? For example, if you are selling woman here, you will try to target women. You want to target people that are not children, but from youth to, like that. And which location? You may be considering people that will pay you very well. You want to target areas like Victoria Island, Banana Island, places like that. And these are the things you can do. And as somebody who has a shop as well, and you feel like something is not really working well, people are not patronizing you enough, you can do in-store promo. These are the things that you can use tech devices, tech mechanisms to do. You can say, oh, I want to do promo only in my store. And there's something, instead of somebody buying only one thing on your Instagram page, but when they come to your shop, they see this, they want to buy. They see this, they want to buy. Have you ever imagined when you go to supermarket, it's only one thing you want to go and buy, toilet roll. But by the time you go into the store, you push the cart, before you know it, you buy toilet roll, you buy toothpaste. As your eyes is seeing another thing you buy. Those are the things that you can use technology tools, mechanisms to achieve. Now, let me gush further. And for church too, it is very, very important. And I really want to say this because it is not all about our career path or our businesses alone. Even in church, let me give us an example. Content creation is something that church should work on. So church must be ready to invest in good cameras, good internet, for streaming, pay for software licenses, not apps with watermark or crack that people will be seeing that those things can discourage people. If you want to put good content out, make sure you pay for buy good camera, buy good systems, not systems that will be hanging, that you need to be shutting down during live stream, and your videos will be cut into one single service. It is not something that it's going to sell the brand of the church, even despite by doing the work of God. But what is worth doing is worth doing well, because it is also the business of Christ. For example, do you know that Pastor Jerry Eze of what God cannot do does not exist? It has been tagged to be the pastor that is making the highest amount of money from YouTube just by putting prayer online. It makes about 2 billion naira only on YouTube. 2 billion naira only on YouTube every year. And because he posts and a lot of people watch. And you know what? YouTube pays you when a certain number of people can watch your video. So just imagine a pastor that is just doing what God has sent him to pray, and is making 2 billion almost every year. Because he has about over 1 million subscribers that are watching his videos every day just for prayer, and is making about 3 million naira every day. Can you just imagine that? So we can say that these are the way we can either fully or mildly diversify into tech. And as we're moving into tech, we will also be bringing God's blessings to ourselves. So we should do all these things. Even pastors can tell many people, tell church members to share the church programs. Many of us say we're not even sharing our church program, but we are every day we are sharing NSPPD, another church program. But why? Because they've been able to invest on their media, good picture quality, good audio quality, consistency. So many of us, maybe we're not able to share because we are shy about the quality of what our church is providing, or because our church is not also consistent. But this is just to tell us that we need to also invest in all these things, not only our knowledge, our time, but even our money. Because you need to invest into IT, into tech, to bring you your result as well. And as I'm rounding up, this is the summary of everything we have learned today. Tech is the future of the world before Jesus Christ comes. For now, till Jesus Christ will come, we're going to need tech. And we can see a backup scripture in the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 26 verse 15, which says, in Jerusalem he made machines invented by skillful men to be on the towers and corners to shoot arrows and great stones. And also, tech is an invention of human inspired by supernatural. So it's high time we stop saying that it is the invention of the devil. No, God gave those knowledge. It is invention of human by supernatural. Exodus chapter 35 verse 31 to 32 and 35. And we can see, as it says, and he has filled him with the Spirit of God, with skills, with intelligence, with knowledge, with all craftsmanship, to devise artistic designs, to work in gold, silver, and bronze. So we can see that God gave us all this knowledge. And we've been able to read today that robotics and AI are products of tech that will replace human jobs. And at the same time, but we still need tech-savvy persons to program robots and AI. As much as robots and AI might take over the world, but some people still need to design the hardware part of robots. Some people still need to write the codes that will drive robots. Some people also need to write the code that will drive the AI platforms. So you need to also prepare for that. Tech has so much as well that anyone can transition into it. I've been able to tell us that you don't need another form of education to go into. Just believe you can and take a training. You don't need a lot or another form of education. You only need interest, passion, training, and certification. Tech can be for your career, it can be for your business, for your self-interest, and it can be for your ministry. I think I've been able to convince us why we should be considering going into tech, and I've been able to encourage us that there's nobody that cannot go into tech. If you've not been able to use WhatsApp 5 years ago, Instagram 2 years ago, you can see all our moms, all our grandparents now, they are on Facebook, they are on YouTube. In fact, they know what is trending. The news that comes up now, they will tell you, I read on Facebook, I read on YouTube. So if they could not do it some years back and they could now operate YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, which means that everybody can what? Transition into IT. Not just because we just want a lot of people in IT too. It is because of the sustainability, because of viability, because of job security, and it pays very well. There's money in IT. And with this, maybe you start thinking about that or start encouraging your children to diversify into the future of the world, which is tech. Thank you very much and have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.